Randy, back to our phone callers. Next up is Todd, listening in Jefferson, Missouri. Hi, Todd.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
In Genesis, when God first created Adam and Eve, it said first that God created man in his own image. And then as you keep reading, it said God created man from the dust of the ground, which was Adam. So who did he create in his own image?
Well, he created Adam and Eve in his own image, but that is not to suggest that they were reproductions of God, but they reflected the nature of God. So there are incommunicable attributes that God has, and that simply means that they are attributes that find no reflection in humanity. For example, we're not omnipresent. We're not omniscient or all-knowing. We're not all-powerful. So these are characteristics that will never find a reflection in humanity, but we do reflect the communicable attributes of God. For example, we have will. That is an attribute that finds a reflection in humanity. We can love. In fact, we were created for a love relationship with God. So we bear the image of God in that we are not reproductions, but reflections of the communicable attributes of God.
Okay. Then who was Cain afraid of when he killed Abel and he asked God to put a mark on him that when he went out, no one would mess with him?
Well, he was afraid of Adam's posterity, which is to say, Adam and Eve, well, they lived almost 1,000 years, and you can imagine how many children they had. Now, the Bible highlights Cain and Abel, but certainly doesn't suggest that they are the only children that Adam and Eve would have had. In fact, Adam and Eve were instructed to be fruitful and to multiply. So it would have been those in the land of Nod, which ultimately came from Adam and Eve, but just as Kathy and I have multiplied rather rapidly, you can imagine what would happen if you had 1,000 years' time. So there were a lot of people around, and that is why God placed the mark on Cain as a protective device.